Yes, we are live. Always a pleasure to be with you every day and to bring on a matter them with the hot for inside Nigeria. Welcome to Updates with Pressure. So, very quickly, before we go live again in the evening, I say make a quickly apologies for starting this live a bit late because I had classes and I had to quickly juggle class and this and that together and other works that I do. Well, welcome to the show. So here, now here we bring matter them with concern hot things that's happening in Nigeria, and most importantly, we get to break them down to our levels so that we can understand them well. So today inside the show, amid tears and sorrow, Plateau State don't bury 51 human beings then way Fulani herdsmen kill. 51 human beings where Fulani herdsmen kill. They don't bury them as I talk to you today. And as they bury them, not be small cry and matter, not be small cry and wailing, we full everywhere. We'll go talk about that matter. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't talk about the killing. No, what's in the talk? Tinubu urges Plateau to resolve ethno-religious crisis behind killing. Say, make una go solve on a problem or all the religious and the ethnic issue on the get with the cause on a killing. Make una go resolve them. Kai! Now the thing vex some people. Like the former governor of the state, Jonah Jang, he said, what? Call it what it is. It is not ethno-religious killing. It is massacre. It is a deliberate effort to kill and finish a particular set of people. Now they call them ethno-religious killing. Who tells you ethno-religious killing? Well, that matter day there, we'll go also look at them. Meanwhile, still talking about this, gunmen don't go abduct worshippers on top Lokoja Mountain. When they go Lokoja Mountain, go, Orioke, go Badura for inside Orioke. They don't abduct them. For inside where they go pray to their God for mountain. You can imagine the level of insecurity in our dear country, Nigeria. Well, we'll move on to other issues. Unknown gunmen don't go on rampage. They don't kill 3 policemen for inside Enugu State. Who be these unknown gunmen? They didn't see them. Who them be? All this matter and more is still plenty where Ibise will go carry out put inside today because we also here say the price of fear where be on they use don't reduce where. If I say the number of the liters of fear where on they consume don't reduce by 30 million liters. Really, within 8 months, what's happen where it reduce because of say they increase fear labi. Yeah, so we have been subsidizing nonsense. Well, a lot of people will say that. Then we'll visit the wahala where happened between the Benue State governor and the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, concerning in visit to Benue State. We'll go look at that matter. As Nigerians don't slam Governor Alia, say, hey, Reverend Father Alia, come here, collect this one. Collect woto for our hand. Meanwhile, I'll not tell you so another woto where they happen. That the one way get to do with this killing for inside Plateau State and the numbers. Do you know that in northern newspaper, in northern blog, go talk, say, no. Why people they talk saying that 51 people will die? Say now only there is an Arewa owned blog. Say now be 51 people will die. Say their inside research carry and say now only 17 people. Nigerians don't call lambast them. Only 17 people. Meanwhile, when Uromi killing happen here on a one race turn down, brimstone and fire. Say why they go kill Uromi people? Why they go kill hunters where carry gun? We never see anybody from any Fulani controlled state rush go Plateau State to go beg the Plateau State governor. Say sorry, say our brothers Fulani kill your people. We never see them. Just like Monday Okpebolo for Edo State. Run, go Kano State. Go they beg the governor of Kano State. Say sorry. If don't arrest 15 people, rush. Do raid. Carry 14 people, go give them. Give government. Now, nobody don't make that kind of statement. Instead, they undermine the number of people where be say die. Say now only 17 people. People don't they lambast Arewa back, right, left, and center. In fact, Ahmed Musa footballer we been talking saying hearts they heavy for this death of Uromi people. People say, hey, today they bury people. No, your heart's not heavy again. What's happened to your heart? Well, all these and more issues now we go talk about, and we get Prince Francis Chilaka with us inside the studio to follow us here and all of this matter. Prince Francis, thank you so much for joining us, and good afternoon to you.
Thank you, Precious. I'm sure. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much. So make we just they like say make it for no loss. Make we go take small break. When we come back, we will begin look at all this matter then why touchlight and others after the break. Stay with us when we come back. Welcome back. Now, still on top the show where you do like this. And for inside here, we break down matter them as it take consign us one by one. And I've been telling us say today we will look at certain things. But one of the most painful and difficult things that happen for Nigeria and are these incessant killings of human beings. As a matter of fact, Nigerians don't like them again. You know, say before. US been on talk saying a deliberate persecution of Christians. Now Nigerians don't talk. See this one now for Benue State saying a deliberate killing of Christians. Nigerians don't deliberate can where on a day. Why on a no fit put mouth talk for this matter? 51 Christians now they don't kill only today. The last other time they kill how many? 60 something, now 51. Can why on they talk? Christian Association of Nigeria, on they function again. Nigerians don't begin lambast can left, right, and center. Make we even go enter inside that matter as it take be properly. As it be say tears, anguish, as Plateau community don't hold mass burial for 51 victims of the Herdsmen attack. And not be small willing. I go even play you small report self as it get to do with the matter because the people of the community say they don't tire. Say they don't bury. Say they don't tire. Say what thing they do. Then call the name of the people where they worry them gongo. Say na Fulani herdsmen. They know means their words. That's the people of this community. Say na Fulani herdsmen. Nine they kill their people. We go take a report so a particular television station do on that matter. We've been there on ground. Now, hundreds of residents for Bassa community or Baka community, as they call them, for inside Plateau State, don't they cry uncontrollably, they weep as mass burial service. They behold them for yesterday Monday for 51 victims where suspected Fulani herdsmen attack and kill for inside their community. And this community, remember, saying are mostly farming that they do. Many women could not stand to pay their last respect and perform the dust-to-dust rites as the 51 casket conveying the bodies of their loved ones were laid to rest in the gravesite. Now, the accused herders who are planning to take over their land for grazing of masterminding the attacks and pleaded with federal government to find lasting solution to the problem. Now, to curb the spate of killings and arsons by terrorists in Plateau State, Governor Kīllëd on Monday met with security chiefs and vowed to end the carnage. The development was response to tragic attacks on Mãssäcre and Kimakpa communities in the Bassa local government area of the state. The meeting was held at the Council Chamber of Government House in Jos, where deliberations on the security situations, especially the disturbing resurgence of attacks in Bassa and Bukos local government areas of the state, so that they can take decisive measures aimed at restoring peace and preventing further bloodshed across the state. The governor said over 100 militia men, 100. How 100 people go use take pass, can't enter a community, nobody go know. I need to understand them. Say over 100 militia men invaded the affected communities and maul innocent residents on Monday morning. Then buried them Monday afternoon. And on Monday morning, and this incident happened. Early hours on Monday morning. Now they said, we are on top of the situation and we will go to any length to forestall a reoccurrence. The governor assured the people of the state. Now the death toll on Monday's attack hits 51, with several houses razed. They said they don't burn all their houses. Plenty houses. Mufwang said he would provide more information surrounding the attack during the broadcast on Tuesday. I don't know whether I don't give that broadcast yet. I could wait. As soon as I give that broadcast, I will let you know. Now, according to Kwal community, the community leader, Kwal community leader, Waklil Tungwe, he said the attackers invaded the village in the early hours of Monday and shot sporadically at residents who were scampering for safety after hearing gunshots. The community leaders earlier revealed that a team of vigilantes, including himself and some security personnel, were on patrol in another community when the attackers invaded their own village and started shooting. Then they, do their vigilante work for other communities. Though the security personnel engaged the invaders and succeeded in repelling the attack, if not be say security personnel not even invade them or attack them, maybe the killing for past the number we will see like this. The damage has been done with about 36 persons shot dead and 4 others dying later. Now, some others residents sustained gunshot wounds and were receiving medical attention in the hospital. Security agencies in the state are yet to comment on the attack. Did they yet to comment on the attack, which is coming less than 2 weeks after 52 or 62 people were killed in Bokos local government area. Plateau states they don't see several attacks months, years back. It don't they happen. When this go stop. Now, make we play this report because footage is there, pictures there, people they react for inside the matter as people they cry, not vex. So see how they break down this matter well like this because it's very important. Might give people a perspective to this thing where they happen. Now, going to a screenshot of some conversations of Nigerians and the reaction what did they give concerning this matter. Some people don't look and say, in fact, say no way you go fit use explain this thing will happen. Say it just be like say na direct attack on Christians because there is no other way to explain it. Make we see some of those reactions then. Like this reaction right here. This one talks say some of people we tweet on top Twitter concerning the matter. This is taking almost forever to look. Yeah. Oh goodness, I can't read some of those words. He say, idiots, you would rot in hell with your lies. That is now a particular paper we talk saying that 17 people will die. Now they talk about. He say you're a liar. Shut up. Christians are their target. Why are they killing in Christian-dominated regions? God will take you. People they react, people they vex, people they para. Remember, say people don't already liking the attack. Say that Christians, that deliberate attempt to wipe out Christians for inside Nigeria. Now, some of the responses will be say you will get concerning that attack. In fact, this person talks say terrorists are bandits in Nigeria. Attack indiscriminately. Say both terrorists and bandits say that they attack anyhow, targeting both Christians and Muslims from Plateau to Zamfara to everywhere. This person was responding to a particular message where be saying an international newspaper put them up say deliberate attempt. Say it be like saying a massacre of Christians because Christians don't they suffer persecution a lot for inside the state. As in they talking, say no, say both Christians and Muslims they suffer attack. Say no matter. Say no be only Christians they kill. Now people begin attack them on that this thing. People attack and people talk. People say, tell me the number of Muslims who don't die. These are the number of Christians who be say don't die for attack. Make we know. Maybe if you give us accurate number of Christians versus Muslims, they will go feel believe, say, okay, maybe not everywhere now it happen. So tell us how many Muslims don't suffer the same attack like this. Now people say, oh, please shut up. How many times have you heard about Christian terror groups instead of northern Islamic terror groups? Have you been to Nigeria? Terrorist sympathizers spotted. In fact, people just they attack them anyhow back, right and left, right and center. Then other people another particular paper also write, talk, say, oh, say from their what did they call them? From their sources, say that only 17 people 9 died. See them now. The Zagazola media. Contact is Zagazola Makama media. Say, oh, the blog. Saying that only 17 people 9 died from their fact check, we didn't check. Now only 17 people. 9 Nigerians attack them. Say, oh, so if now only 17 people die, so it is okay for 17 people to die. Now it looks like Northerners are deliberately, now Nigerians, when Nigerians are reacting on the streets of social media, like saying Northerners, Arewa, they deliberately downplay the number of people where be say Fulani herdsmen they kill for inside the country, so that no go look like say he did that serious. Meanwhile, when he reached the one way be say anybody a reprisal attack happen, they go take her more serious. Somebody said only 17, you must be an idiot. 9% answer. I'm saying there are many other propagandists like this that will be activated in the course of time. The mission is to deny the death toll and, where possible, outrightly deny the fact that the massacres are religiously motivated, meted against Christians by jihad fighters. So say in a deliberate attempt to downplay the number of people them way don't die for inside Nigeria. But before we as they show you footages of the burials and as people people know even it was really a sad and a gory sight. But whilst we continue to go about to look at it, make I play you a report as covered by Channels Television for one of the Channel Television reporters as he did their life for inside the village and it speak to people for inside the village and waiting then get to talk. Because then talk say this not be the first, not be the second, not be the third time where they don't go through incidences like this. Say they don't go through things like this tire, say they don't complain tire, and it be like say government did they do anything or they do little or nothing about the matter. But before I play you that report, make a first of all take your mind. I know say you no feel way to put mouth for this talk at all at all. We go see enter Peter Obi and your Reverend Father friend, sorry, Reverend Alia matter. But we could just finish this one because it gets to do with death of people. They will go enter president's response and why in response paying people for body well.
Well, my heart goes out to those in Jos, Plateau State, I think to the governor and to the people of Plateau State, especially to the families that have lost their loved ones. It's not, it's today is like, let's say today is it's a dark day for Nigerians. Unfortunately, your president is not in the country, so your president is not informed, is not aware of what is happening. Because if your president has value for the Nigerian lives, he would have cut short his trip to come back and attend to it. But you see, we have leaders who have no empathy.
Don't happen like this.
Our leaders have no empathy. Our leaders don't value the Nigerian people. They don't value us. And that is why when people come out and they are fighting for this political, I don't want to use a word that is offensive, but when people come out to fight for these political criminals, I get so upset. I really get upset. What is happening in Plateau State is nothing but cleansing. It is what it is. Let us begin to speak the words the way they are. The whole thing that's happening there is nothing but trying to cleanse, trying to kill, trying to run over, trying to take over people's ancestral homes. Nothing is short of that. There is no excuse anybody will give to me. And there's nothing anybody will tell me that will not implicate the federal government in all of what is happening. You keep saying that the governors are the chief security officers, but these governors don't have power over the security agencies. They don't. So as far as I'm concerned, the federal government has failed in protecting the lives and properties of Nigerians as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution, obnoxious Constitution, as amended. They have failed. So let us stop this pity party. What is happening in Plateau? What has happened is happening in Benue. What is happening in Enugu? All of this, these are calculated, because you cannot tell me that ragtag herdsmen would go about killing people precisely without any mistakes. It means that these people are trained. They are well trained. And then the question is, who is training who? To what purpose? When you Nigerians came out and you said you wanted a northern a Muslim ticket, some of us warned you, especially the Christian community. We want the Christian community. Unfortunately, you have a can that has become a toothless bulldog, a can that is pandering to everything that the North wants.
Prince Chilaka, you mentioned a lot of things when you did talk here, but before we even go to that security and the facts they did deliberate, according to waiting their former governor Jonah Jang talk, make we just go watch videos from inside the mass burial and make we see the reaction of people for the burial as they bury the people then we die.
54 persons, mostly women and children, have been given a mass burial at ZK community following the unprovoked Monday morning attacks by suspected herdsmen. It took the search and rescue team several hours combing the community to recover the bodies, after which a mass burial was conducted before some of the mutilated bodies decomposed.
Dust to dust, ashes to ashes, ashes to ashes.
Reports from the community indicate that the attackers invaded the village while a vigilante group alongside some security personnel were on patrol to another village, and it was the sporadic shooting from the burnt houses that attracted the team, which eventually engaged the invaders but could not salvage the situation that led to the death of some residents.
They started shooting, they burnt houses, they macheted people, and as I speak, we have recovered about 51 dead bodies on ground. And then we are still searching. I will not say that is the end. but we are still searching on other corpses around the bushes. And that is the situation of what happened.
A lawmaker in the Plateau State House of Assembly and the national president, Arewa Women's Wing, expressed disappointment that all the peace meetings held did not yield positive result.
We have passed several motions. We have called on the state government to these ugly incidents. We have profound solutions. We have asked that these settler campuses of security should be opened in border states, you know, so that they will be able to be proactive whenever there's an incident like this. When there are border security across state levels, they can be able to handle situations like this.
They have been coming and be killing every time. We are tired of this killing. We are tired of this killing. Enough is enough. Our children are dying. Our mates are dying. Our husbands are dying. Our crops have been raised down by this Fulani hitman. So we are tired. Enough is enough.
The attacks on ZK community are coming less than 2 weeks after some communities in Boko's local government area were attacked. Over 50 persons killed, several houses burned and properties looted.
Whoa. So Prince Francis Chilaka say you don't see that footage and you don't see the cry, the pain, the agony, and as he worry people where we're concerning the death of all these people. Then it is something we be say then talk. No be today where this matter starts. We know say the killing of people for inside Plateau. Go ahead, sir.
Precious,
Go ahead before they cannot come on the talk.
I feel there are times like this you feel drained. You feel you lost the zeal of being a proud Nigerian. This is one of those times I do not feel like being a Nigerian at all. This is one of those times that I feel I didn't have to hold on to the green passport. Because I feel that, I stay in a country where, those who we have given the mandate to lead us are very wicked, are very clueless, are very careless with our lives. I feel so bad that we're in a country where truth has evaded us. We don't say the truth anymore. Everything in Nigeria has become politicized. We're in a country where we don't have trust for one another. I remember when I was growing up as a young person in this country. You walk into people's house, there was this freedom, there was this love, but all of that has been thrown to the dogs because of power and politics. And I feel so bad that some non-entities in the north, some so-called stupid northern elders will come out and they will not see anything wrong with this. And I feel so bad that when people were killed in Uromi, which everybody condemns, the governor of Edo State ran to Kano to go and pay homage, forgetting that before this killing happened, the people have been complaining. Mention one governor from the north that has gone to Plateau State. Mention one governor from the north that has condemned the killings in Plateau State. Mention one elder from the Northern Elders Forum that has condemned the killings in Plateau State. Mention who from Arewa youth that has condemned the killings from Plateau State. Why are we so deceptive in this country? If Nigeria can no longer stay together, let us break up this country. So anybody saying that we cannot sit down and negotiate whether we should continue as Nigeria, that person is lying to himself or herself. I think we have people in the National Assembly who, all they've been talking about for the past 3-4 months has been Natasha and Akpabio. They've been talking about how to make laws to hold people from using YouTube and Facebook. And then the presidency that should have taken steps to curb all this menace. You leave states that are volatile and you go and declare a state of emergency in Rivers State. So what the federal government is telling Nigerians is that the oil they are drilling from rivers is more important than the lives that are being slaughtered in other parts of the country. Honestly, I feel so bad. And then, you know, sometimes we try to say, oh, there is no hidden agenda. But from what is happening, there seems to be a hidden agenda. There seems to be a hidden agenda to take out Christians in Nigeria. Because if these things are happening and the government is not taking steps to protect lives and property of the people, then it means that we're heading to a banana republic.
Okay, so since you have mentioned the president, it's only going to be appropriate for us to look at the president's reaction to the conversation and to what has happened. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday, Monday, urged Plateau State Governor Caleb Mufwang to take decisive steps in addressing the root cause of the persistent, he called it persistent communal violence plaguing the state. In fact, he said it's an ethno-religious violence. Now, he said for over 1.5 hours from midnight Sunday, killings happened in the state. Many houses were razed and all of those. And then he says, I have instructed security agencies to, in a statement, of course, signed by Bayo Nanoga, he said the ongoing violence between communities in Plateau State rooted in misunderstandings. That's what they called it. That the ongoing violence between communities. So he did not look at it as a massacre of a particular group of people. Now, waiting make Nigerians on the attack presidency. Which kind of statement did this one they make? Say, you call them the ongoing violence. Is it that they're afraid to tell Northerners, are afraid to tell Fulani about what their brothers are doing? Because we know that it may not be all Fulanis. Of course, definitely not all Fulanis that are bad. Definitely not all. But those ones that are committing this particular havoc, and the community people are telling you that people killing knows, not them be Fulani people. So why is it hard for the presidency to call out the names of these people? Say, oh, they are criminal elements from a particular tribe that are doing these things, and they must be curbed or they must be put under control. But no, instead they call them religious and communal crisis. So it is just a crisis, but only one people they die. Only when they get crisis and only one set of people they die from the crisis. Is that even crisis? Because if not two fighting or not fight between two sets of people, this side go die, this side go die. At least you go balance the equation. Not be say now only one set of people go they die. But this now waiting president talk for inside the statement say the ongoing violence between communities in Plateau State rooted in misunderstanding between different ethnic and religious groups must cease. Between different religious and ethnic groups must cease. That is people they tell you hear them for inside that place. That's voiceover, that a report where that channel's reporter make. Say they come pursue them for their land to take over their lands. Most times when they attack them like that, they chase them, burn houses. Which house you want to stay again now? You go put roof all of a sudden. When government don't go give you roof, how will you have money to rebuild your house or put your roof back? When that happens, they will be forced to move to IDP camp for months. And these same people who burn their houses go occupy their houses. And now this thing, now they call misunderstanding. Now, what's the federal government of Nigeria? We're supposed they're in charge of the lives and property of the people of the country. They call misunderstanding. What kind of misunderstanding will make anybody do that to their opponent? Now, speaking further, he said that the ongoing violence between community crisis must stop, that it is rooted in misunderstanding between different ethnic and religious groups, and it must cease. He's quoting the statement. He says, I have instructed security agencies to thoroughly investigate this crisis and identify those responsible for orchestrating these violent acts. He says, we cannot follow the devastation and the tit-for-tat attacks to continue. Enough is enough. Beyond dealing with the criminal elements of these incessant killings, the political leadership in Plateau State, led by Governor Caleb Mutfwang, must address the root cause of this age-long problem. These problems have been with us for more than 2 decades. We can no longer ignore the underlying issues. So as somebody will prepare for government and you know see this problem is only for more than 2 decades, what actions have you taken to ensure the security agencies do the due diligence? He said it is time to tackle them fairly and find a solution. So basically, the president, they task the governor, make it go settle the two fighting for inside in community.
Okay,
basically, now waiting for inside the state. Waiting to tell them.
If this was a two fighting, let us take our minds back to what happened in Okoma community. Okoma, yes. So we're told that the two communities were fighting, and then soldiers went to
and army go set to fight.
So
meanwhile, the years will be fighting later.
Let me finish. Now, what I'm getting at is that since the federal government this government, this presidency led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this presidency that took 30 years to prepare to lay the foundation for its takeoff, knows that there's a communal fight, it's a communal war, it's a communal, religious fight or whatever. Why is it that they didn't send soldiers?
Ethnic and religious.
Why didn't they send soldiers like the soldiers that went to Koma? So I don't understand why our leaders are shying away from the truth. Our leaders are shying away from telling the truth.
Are they shying away, or they're just being deliberate about not touching the truth, really? Is it really called shying away? Or being deliberate about not even touching the
press
truth?
release by Mr. President is a sham. It is least expected from Mr. President. In other words, there is no sympathy, there is no empathy, there is nothing to show to the people. All you're interested, all you're talking about is that it's a communal clash. If it's a communal clash, you think only one set of people will be killed? And up till now, we have not heard about the other community that lost their own people. So, this whole thing, it needs to come to an end. And the end is when we say the naked truth. The naked truth is that the Fulani herdsmen have become a menace to the Nigerian society. And I am happy, I keep saying it. I am happy that the director of the DSS, the DG of the DSS, has come out to tell Nigerians to protect themselves. So I think it's something we should not take seriously. Arm yourselves. And this is a message to all the communities in Nigeria. Begin to arm yourselves. Because today we're talking of Plateau State, we're talking of Benue State, we're talking of Enugu State, we're talking of Ebonyi State, and you keep hearing one name. The name that keeps resonating is Fulani herdsmen. Where do they want Nigerians to go to? Do they want Nigerians to run away because of them? Is it that the Nigerian military cannot curb this menace? What is going on? Why is the government behaving as if their belief of ideas? There was a video I was watching earlier today by a retired army officer. And it's very shocking what he revealed.
I have that footage.
It's very shocking.
I have that footage.
So what is going on?
I have that footage.
Why is the government deliberately allowing its people to be decimated? What kind of leaderships do we have? We seem to have leaderships or leaders who are not with their heads are not working well. So what are they offering to the Nigerian people? Where is the social contract they have with the Nigerian people? And then you have your senators. All your senators, they have not even sat down to deliberate on this. They have not seen the need to begin to shout, the ears have it, and the nose don't have it. It's embarrassing. Honestly, it is embarrassing.
All right. So before we get to what former the military director of the formal Directorate of Military Intelligence said, I think his name is Professor Kīllëd or something like that. Yeah, before we get to what he said, let's even look at what the former governor of that state said first. That is Plateau State, Jonah Jang, right? So the former governor of Plateau State and ex-senator representing Plateau North, Jonah Jang has strongly condemned the recent wave of killings in the state, describing the attacks that claimed over 100 lives in a week as deeply painful and deliberately orchestrated by a known group with a hidden agenda. He said them be known group. In fact, he tells Tinubu, say, stop calling it names. Stop saying it is ethno-religion. Say, call it what it is. They are known groups, right? Now, Jang is saying that the president should be able to call it what it is. In fact, he said, let's call a spade a spade. That's what he said to Tinubu. Let's call a spade a spade, he stated. These senseless killings have caused pain and suffering to our great state and its people generally. And we must take immediate action to put an end to this violence. Now, he commended Governor Kīllëd for his ongoing efforts to addressing the matter. But he talks, say, the matter na matter will be say day. Say the President Tinubu no feel resolve the matter. Say if he know the problem, he's supposed to resolve them. He criticized recent president's directive asking Governor Mutswang to address the violence as a communal issue, noting that this, what do you call it? It's a mischaracterization. That this mischaracterization stemmed from inaccurate briefings. Say in men no brief and where. How you go be chief commander in chief of armed forces and they need to brief you well? How they go tell you say na communal crisis? How they go tell you say na mischaracterization? Call and waiting they call it. Say the attacks in Plateau State are not mainly communal disputes. They are perpetrated by known group with a specific agenda, he said, urging the federal government to recognize the true nature of the violence in order to respond appropriately and stop calling it communal clashes or ethno-religious killing or whatever it is. Now, going back to that thing that you said, this particular man that you mentioned, even though I plan to address this, I plan to address this particular issue in the evening when my other guest, who's a professor, will be joining me. But it's also okay for us to mention it now. Now, this man that you mentioned, who is Professor Kīllëd Olumi, retired Army General and Directorate of Military Intelligence, there is an agenda, and that the heads not say that they are oblivious of the fact that there is an agenda. And what is that agenda he mentioned? Let's quickly watch and see what he had to say about it.
It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in, we can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban, they think about the Mujahideens, and they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care, as long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia, and there is whatever thing they have in their head, and they want to achieve. So, these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians. You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Aso Rock. The intention is to Islamize Nigeria and practice Sharia. And it doesn't matter if some people die. It doesn't matter if you're embarrassed. It doesn't matter if our economy has degenerated. Look at the interest rate. Look at the inflation rate. Look at the debt profile of Nigeria. They don't care. As long as at the end, the Quran is at the sea. So some people in this country have this mindset. And we must tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you die. If you don't tell it, you die. Some people have this mindset to Islamize the nation. And they are in the government. And people know them. The DSS know them. The NIA know them. The DIA knows them. You can't succeed without an inside person. And this attack you saw has insiders collaboration.
I can't hear you.
Hear waiting the man talk. Waiting you get to talk about waiting the man talk.
You know, this is what he said is not new. Even though we've been saying it behind closed doors. Nigerians have been saying it behind closed doors. This is one of the things that Nnamdi Kanu said that is keeping him where he is today. It's one of the things. And when, you know, when they came up with this agenda of Muslim ticket, we objected to it because we said Nigeria is not a secular state. And I think that by now, your senators, your honorable members should have looked at this Nigerian constitution and removed anything and everything that has to do with religion in it. A document that just talks about this pure secularity of But you have a constitution that is tilted to one side, tilted to one religion, which is Islam. You have your currency with Arabic inscriptions on it. And you come out and you tell Nigerians that Nigeria is a secular state. So honestly speaking, it is high time we sit down as a people and discuss the way forward for Nigeria. If we truly believe in this country called one Nigeria, you cannot have a country where certain group of people from one ethnic group, from one religion, are claiming to be more powerful, to be more than the other people. This is not acceptable. This is the 21st century. So anyone that has listened to this man's video is there. The video is trending. There's nothing the man has said that a lot of us have not said before. So yes, and there's nothing he has said that this man did not say. So the question I'm asking now is that, sorry, precious, hold on. The question that I'm asking is that, why is it that all the Southern leaders, all the Christian leaders in government are keeping quiet? Why you can't keep it quiet in the face of all of this? What is going on? Are we not saying that it is the life of the Christians that need to be sacrificed for Nigeria to be saved? And for how long will this continue? Now you're talking of Jos. Tomorrow you'll be talking of Benue. Next tomorrow you're talking of Ebonyi. Before you know, you're talking of Ondo State. What is wrong with Fulani herdsmen? What is wrong with them? And why is it that their own leaders are not calling them to order? Why is it that all the traditional leaders in Nigeria are keeping quiet in the face of this evil that is about to ravage in this country? The only time you see your Christian leaders come out is when they want tithe and offering. They should be ashamed of themselves. Why are they not speaking out? I always maintain that it is best for us to join Jordan to war. But it appears that Nigeria is taking a very dangerous step, a very dangerous dimension. And our leaders are promoting that dangerous dimension by pretending that all is well when all is not well.
Okay, so because I was going to ask that, how is it possible that almost every other person can see the sinister plan, the hidden plan, the hidden agenda, but the only people with the government need to see them? Why are they like that? I've been a deliberate attempt for them to, because if you swear an oath to protect the lives and property of your people, and you don't know, say, this plan don't do, based on what you don't see and rumors where you don't hear, and even briefings where you don't get, then why you as a president don't feel look for a way to settle everybody, make everybody just stay okay for the matter? Because president don't come in and out, this matter don't stay day, and it be like say they avoid them. Is it that we're really scared of calling out the Fulani herdsmen and what they do? I understand that you can't profile an entire ethnic group because of the activities or actions of a few of them. Yes, that is wrong. But for those particular ones where they do that thing, why can we not call them and then task their leaders to fish them out so that they're not going to spoil their names? Why? And
which leaders are you going to tax? Precious, hold on, Precious, hold on. Which leaders are you going to tax? Is it the same leaders that are rehabilitating and integrating the ones that have been caught?
Like the Yobe State governor has just done recently.
Which leaders are you talking about? When the leaders are treating these people with kids' glove, how do you want the thing to end? The other day you heard the governor of Borno State telling you that they're losing the war, that they're even losing the state. While we're talking of that, Katsina State is there. Yobe State is there. And in the middle of all this thing, you are still rehabilitating criminals and pushing them back into the society. Who does that? What kind of government is that? Is it that the government is clueless? Why is the government not taking action, decisive action to say, these guys, when they come to kill, they come to maim, they come to destroy. So after all of doing that, then you not tell me they have repented. Did Judas ever repent?
No. Okay.
After betraying Jesus Christ, did Jesus repent?
Before I open the phone lines, Nigerians are itching to jumping already. I already have people standing by on my, in the at the back door, right? So make we enter inside. Waiting happened to Reverend Father Alia and Peter Obi yesterday. And say we see a press statement yesterday by Reverend Father Alia where he talk say, "He no go fit guarantee anybody safety, especially person we tell him say, person we no tell him say he won't come into his states. Say he no go fit guarantee the person's safety." Now when they say, what's in they happen? Because everybody knows CP to be a person where business have travel to most of those states and go see what's in they happen. And we know say no be saying at the first time he don't do and be this one. So Peter Obi now can't reply for a long message when take our time to reply for Twitter, because in fact the reply even cover up part of the things where they for inside the president, the governor press statements where he make. Now Peter Obi's narrative is that, reading out from what he said or his tweet, he said, "Ordinarily, I would not have commented on this issue, as I have endured far worse situations in my political life since I declared for the presidency. And it continues to worsen as I strive to do things in a civilized and organized manner. Now, the unfolding events demand that I have to start speaking out now." And now you say you begin talk. You say, "On what transpired today, that is yesterday, during my planned visit to Benue State, I am not entirely sure that the state governor, my dear younger brother," the way you call him, a reverend father I deeply respect, is aware of this situation. "Having exhausted every possible means to reach him, I am compelled rather to use this available platform to ensure my message is conveyed." First, he said, on Thursday last week, the 10th of April, I had planned to visit Plateau State and Benue State, respectively. Plateau on Sunday and the 13th of April 2025, and Benue on Monday, the 14th of April 2025, which was yesterday. My trip included paying courtesy calls to the governors, as well as visiting the IDP camps and schools of nursing in both states and give them support. Saying that they visit school of nursing since, we never know whether maybe Peter Obi might want a nurse before, because if they visit nursing schools, then well. Now he says, "As in my practice, I reached out to the Plateau State government to inform them of my visit, which included spending the day with the victims at the IDP camp in Bokos. A visit I wholeheartedly embraced to extend my support, care, and compassion to fellow Nigerians in need. And in his utmost hospitality, the Plateau State governors graciously permitted." Now, in a similar vein, I tried repeatedly to contact the Benue State governor directly without success. I then successfully contacted his ADC, who told me that the governor was in a very important meeting and could not or would not call me before midnight on the same day. So he said he messaged in ADC, since he don't try to reach the governor. If you reach the governor, he come message the ADC. The ADC tell and say, "Hey, no vex, got a very important meeting, but he go reach you before the midnight of that day, Thursday." Unfortunately, I didn't get that call until Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days. Okay. Until Sunday evening, when he sent me a message stating he had not been able to reach his principal since that day I called. That is, for how many days? For about 3 days, he no fit reach in principal. Okay. All right. However, because of my visit to the governor, reached his principal since the day I called, I was disturbed by how an ADC could not have been able to reach his principal for 3 days. How possible is that? Now you be the person where they watch him. Now you be the person where they take care of the insecurity matter. How you go say you never reach him for 3 days, you never see him, and are you there in charge? However, because my visit to the governor was just for courtesy and respect, I decided to proceed with my trip to Makurdi earlier today at 7 a.m. I left Jos, and on reaching Akwanga at about 10 a.m., my security team stopped and stated they received a press statement purportedly from the Benue State government that appeared designed to stop my trip. Curiously, while I was still talking with my security team on the issue, the governor's ADC sent the same statement directly to me. In case I no see them for press, make I could receive them directly from your hand. Now, the letters The letter refers exactly to my itinerary, which I had earlier conveyed to the ADC directly and to the security operatives in Benue State through my own security. So if Ibi say the governor no hear me, how come the statement of the governor no see my call and then no receive your message, the ADC? How come the governor's message contains exactly the information that I gave to you? That means you had had a talk with him. That's perhaps what that line is insinuating. Then he says, I am forced to remind them and all concerned that the purpose of this journey is to support good causes in areas of critical development, health and health education and caring for our people in need. And this is what I have been doing in private or in my private life for years before getting into politics at all. That is even before becoming a governor. And even while in politics, I have continued to do so. Everyone knew when I had to get permission from then President Goodluck Jonathan that I needed to visit Haiti during the earthquake. I intended to visit a school being built by the bishop in Boko, a nursing school and an IDP camp. Actions that reflect my genuine care for the welfare of our fellow citizens and my continuous show of love, care, and compassion to citizens who have been displaced. May God help us to rebuild our nation and aim to achieve a new Nigeria where we do not politicize everything, but allow citizens to exist. And we should live for the common good for less privileged Nigerians and those in need. A new Nigeria is Peter Obi possible. Is PO possible? Now, Prince Francis Chilakasa, how possible was it really that the governor of Benue State never really got an information from his ADC? But then his press statements reflect exactly the content of the message that Obi had sent to the ADC. And why would you think Governor Alia, Hyacinth Alia, Reverend Father, would not want Peter Obi to be in his state? What's your opinion?
All right, let me start by saying that it is the likes of Reverend Alia, or whatever he calls himself right now, there's the likes of him that have continued to give the Catholic priesthood a bad name. Let us not mince words about it. A lot of young people, a lot of elderly people, a lot of people you see, leaving the Catholic Church today is because of the attitude of some of their priests. And this is an example. This is a priest to start with. He is first a priest before becoming a governor and becoming a politician. And as a priest, he's a shepherd who is meant to gather. A shepherd is meant to gather. The Bible says that if one sheep is lost, the shepherd will abandon the 100 in search of one. So tell me, in what way has he showed the Christ-like? Because for you to be a Catholic priest, you are assumed to be a Christ-like individual. An individual without biases. An individual that is close to perfection. An individual that has common sense and uses it very well. So tell me, how has this so-called Reverend Father Alia or Governor Alia displayed the humility that a Catholic priest should have? The love and affection that a Catholic priest should have. He's not just a disgrace to the priesthood. He is a disgrace to the entire Catholic fold. And I feel so insulted by the actions of a Catholic priest. Because I'm not going to be looking at him as a governor now, but I'm looking at from where he's coming from. He lied and he keeps lying. He is deceiving the people of Benue State. And the only reason why he was voted in as governor was because the people saw that a priest was coming to rule them. Meanwhile, they didn't know that this one is worse than the devil itself. People have been slaughtered in his state every day. What has he done? What has he done to protect his people? What has he done? What can Alia show as a legacy? This, as far as I'm concerned, Alia is a failed priest. And it is that failure as a priest that he has carried into governance. I can't hear you.
I was saying that your choice of words is a bit too heavy for to be used for a man of
Precious,
God.
I'm a Catholic.
Yeah.
Precious, I am a Catholic. I am an ex-seminarian. So there's nothing for Alia knows that I know about the Catholic Church. So when people like him come and insult our intelligence as Catholics, you should tell him the truth. I am not one of those who will say, pamper him, touch not my anointing. What anointing? What anointing does he have? What anointing does he have that he has decided to politicize everything that's happening in the state? He should be ashamed of himself as a Catholic priest to start with. People are not going to look at him as a politician first. People will look at him first as a priest. And he has dragged the Catholic priesthood into the mosques, into the mosques.
Yeah.
That is the height of it. Yes. We need to begin to tell our religious leaders the truth. We will not die if we tell them the truth. That's how they mount to the altar every Sunday, deceiving the people. Now he has an opportunity to showcase his priesthood, to showcase the true meaning of Christ-like. And what has he done? He has thrown all of that to the garbage. And then tomorrow you want somebody's son to see him as a mentor. And you want somebody to send their son to become a priest. When the one you have as a priest is misbehaving. All the Catholic priests in Nigeria that have gotten involved in politics, they have become charlatans.
So you mean say
they not only disgrace the priesthood, they disgrace themselves. So I don't understand what is your problem with Peter Obi? Because Peter Obi is not of APC. So now you have politicized his goodwill. You now see that, you now believe that he's coming to campaign because now you are campaigning for continuation of APC. And I can assure you this, that Benue people, knowing the kind of people they are, they will not forgive him. He will not, once he finishes this term, he will not go a second term.
Okay, so just very quickly before we wrap this up, we also heard that in Enugu State, another Wahala served. They happened there as yet to be identified gunmen have killed at least 3 policemen in Achi, Oji River local government area of Enugu State. It was learned that the incident happened at a checkpoint close to Uzoda Market in Achi. Details of the event is still a bit sketchy, but perhaps we'll get to know about it later. Who will be these unknown gunmen for inside Enugu State? Why they no get name and why it is difficult in spite of the military we did for inside Southeast right now? Why they hard to identify the people will be these unknown gunmen?
You know, when we talk about the Southeast and the level of insecurity, people think it's a joke. People think it is Nollywood, it is make believe, but it is not. It is the reality. So now they are bringing the chicken has come home to roast because now they're taking the war to the security agencies. So let us see how this will pan out.
All right. So let me quickly take.
Unfortunately, some people have died. It's unfortunate, but they are so rest in peace. But this is to show you what the ordinary citizens in the state are going through. That is to show you the level of insecurity. Right. So when we talk about insecurity, we're not just talking about insecurity. We're saying what the people are going through. I hope that the governor of Enugu State, Peter, would understand that it is not here to rule.
All right, phone lines are open. So let's quickly begin to take your thoughts, your reactions on the conversation. There is a comment on the comment section on YouTube. It is pinned. Kindly go through that pinned comment section, or through that pinned comment rather. You would see a phone number. Please call that phone number. That's the number to call. Or you can just click on that link by the comment section to come straight inside the studio and you can join us inside the studio. For the purpose of those who joined us earlier, let me quickly read out some of the YouTube messages. Ikel says, I've been waiting. Sorry, no vex. Ikez, I'll leave you for inside the altar. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Ikel's said he's been waiting for us. Let me see. So you can't hear me now again? You can't hear me again? Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay,
I can hear you.
Just to be sure you can hear me. And Styles says, Styles, IPOB, really who? Then Ben Wanza says, I'm here, precious, well done. Sonny Imoni Care says, this is a country not at war and people are killed like this. Not be smart, you know. Okay, AK says, now I'm not sure people don't die for Ukraine like this. Okay, AK says, greetings, good evening, my fellow viewers. Paul Falcon says, Madam Precious, okay. Oh, forget about that. I told you already now. Okay, AK says there was a country. He says, I have lost the zeal for a long time. And you are thinking of not having the zeal of being a Nigerian. Nigeria can never work due to the manner at which the country is structured. And Sabino's one JH says, where is Gowon, who heartlessly murdered Igbo children through genocide? And up till today, he has no remorse. Today, his people are paying the price of his evil against Igbos. Okay, Pensat says, Madam Precious, let us in. And then Iron Edge says, where are those Arewa elders? Let them come with their threats against their threats. I mean, again, wonder who they would tell their youth to attack this time. And Pensat says, how much am I paying you, Prince Francis Chilaka? Beg, saying won't pay you back the money so that himself will join the studio because they let you talk alone. Sabino says the attacks will continue until the capture go on. DSS DG have told Nigerians that they should fight themselves, defend themselves, right? Okay. Styles, really? Really, you should come and bring your high IQ. Government are the sponsor. That's what Irok says. Joseph Iboike says, you are happy because you heard it from director of DSS. But when MNK said it, you refused, you criticized him. Bobby Ozoma says, legislators are led by Fulani leaders. What are you expecting? Isaac Strong Tower says, where is the military base? Are they still in the barracks now? That's what he said. But let's quickly get back to the studio and admit some people in, and then we'll get back to our calls and reactions as we go. Good evening, Pensats. Now you ask, how much are they pay Prince Francis Chilaka? Prince Francis, give him your bill. Give him your bill immediately.
As my brother will settle behind stage now. We're not
How do you know he's your brother? What's your empirical evidence? What's your empirical evidence that he's your brother?
Fred, I've been watching you a couple of days ago. You guys had this place lit up, and your outrage shows, which is a way to know authenticity. Yeah, authenticity. When we're discussing some of these things, I look at people's eyebrows, see if it's furrowing, if they really mean what they're saying, right? Because we have so much problems in the country, but we have to be methodical. I pretty much agree with Prince Chilaka on everything he said this morning, including the spirit in which he said it. Now, on the last topic you discussed about
Reverend Hyson,
right? There are many virtues, and they come in many ways. You have cardinal virtues: prudence, justice, fortitude, temperance, and all that, which Peter Obi has. Then you have theological virtues: faith, hope, charity. That's between him and his God, right? And then there are many other virtues: wisdom, courage, chastity, honesty, kindness. Now, when we're dealing with these topics, we have to talk about the fundamental thing. There's something we don't have right. I mean, no matter what, we could go highfalutin talking about a big deal, big stuff. The basics is what we have to get right? In that country, in that middle belt, Benue Plateau area, you have massacre going on for a long time now. Now, as a Biafran, those people were responsible through go on in massacring our civilians. You could see that during the war, we were fighting Britain and others who covet our resources. You've heard me say that a lot. Only Prince Chilaka could say whatever he wants on this platform, and nobody picks on him. So I'm gonna try to study the way he does it. He could say whatever he wants, right? And the truth is,
come at me straight. Come at me straight. If you want to come at me, come at me directly. Don't cut corners.
Not today.
Not cut corners. Not today. Come straight. Take it straight in.
Not today. No, not today. Okay. Today I want to get along because it's a very serious topic. I've said it in many platforms. I'm not very popular, and I have to admit. in platforms because I tell the truth, right? So we have to look at the basics, right? So when you come to minorities in the country, those are the problem we have. It's not the Igbos, it's not the Hausas, it's not the Fulanis, because they're standing on a three-legged stool. So they're kind of equally yoked. So the minorities then make up the difference. They sway whatever happens in that country, right? So if they're able to penetrate any of these minorities, you could look at Wike, you could look at Fubara, you could look at who is that Senate President Abio, right? You could look at this governor you're talking about now. They are the problems we have in that country. So what I want to address my people now, Igbos, Southeasterners. Now, when I say Igbos, Southeasterners, that includes you, Precious. That includes you, Queen. Yes, it does. Yeah, that's right. Because I don't speak about tribe or even clan. I speak about anthropology, which includes tribe, obviously. But it's more than that. It includes religion, includes other things. So when I speak anthropologically, we are one. So we're here preaching to one another. What I would say to my people is that because these minorities don't want to listen, we may have to negotiate. We have to go into talks, parlaying it, go into conference with the Fulanis, have a dialogue, have mediation, arbitration with them, so that let them take the Yorubas, take other minorities, take them, and we're going to support them to do so. And then we'll take the rest. Because it's come down to we're just barking and wasting time and people are getting killed. These are people who have nothing, people in the north. I was in a conversation the other day with Dr. Dameji's show, and he had a real genuine Fulani come there and we talked. You could tell this guy is the real McCoy. So he said something that was indelible in my mind. He says that he's closer to the Igbos than he is to the Hausas, believe it or not. Outrageous statement. Why? Because now the Hausas are sweating them, so they smoked out the rats, right? So he came out to that platform. I've been going to Dr. Damages for 2 years. There's never been a single Fulani come there to talk. Why? Because they were comfortable hiding underneath the Hausas and decimating our people. But the Yorubas are not listening. Now, when we colloquially say the Yorubas, are they perfect gentlemen?
I like you to drive. I like you to drive home your point exactly. Let's understand where exactly you're
where I'm coming from. When we use the word like a whole tribe and we generalize, we have people like Dele Faratumi in the Yorubas, right? I'm not equal to Dele Faratumi, so they have good characters there. At least I've counted three.
So character trait is not ethnic or religious. Character, you can find the same kind of character in every ethnic group and in every religious organization. So it's
Igbos,
exactly, okay.
Such as Hopo Zodema. You got people like who's the former governor of Abia State that's there now in the Senate. We have ours, right? But see, we condemn ours. Everybody knows these people. We condemn them, but they're still 10 times better than the best that you get from the other tribes. Some of these people that we're condemning. Because, for example, what Wike is doing, that is ridiculous. He's been doing it before the election. But like I said to you a couple of days ago, his people support him in doing so. Fubara and Wike they have a plan. They're not enemies. They can fool people who have small brain. You could tell that even before.
Can we stick to the conversation so that we don't derail?
That's this conversation because, like I said, we can keep talking over the same thing over. I just gave you something that you should say. How can you prove that? I am saying that Fubara and Wike are in the same camp and they plan what they're doing. They want to make it possible for a president from another party, but by fiat, remove another governor in another party, right? So they planned it. But you won't be able to see that. You think that Fubara is fighting Wike. They're not. They're one. They planned this together. It's impossible for them to come and remove Fubara and him stay quiet like that. There's no human being who's that gentle, right? They removed him and he's going along with it because he's a duly elected governor. There's no way he's going to sit for that if they didn't plan it together. But you see, you would never think so. I don't even know if Prince Chilaka would who think that far ahead. So what I want you to do is to go back and see. Don't praise him because Nigerians like to worship idol. You see that if this person is no good, then they go to the next one. But they both can be bad, which is what's happening in this case. So what I'm saying is that my people who I want to address is that we have to now look at other tribes, other regions, and we have to employ reciprocity, right? They're going to have to be good to us in order for us to be good to them, including the Benue people. I've forgiven them.
So are you saying that if the Benue people are not good to the Igbo people will not be good to them? I don't understand your point exactly. And that's why I asked you that I like you to drive home your points. And
let me land with
the head. Let's understand you. Yes.
Okay. Let me land with that because I know others are waiting. And I've never seen Prince Chilaka stay that long before he chimes in, even when you're moderating. So now what I'm saying is that I forgive the Benue people for their foolishness in helping a genocide against their people, Christians, because it's a traditional issue. It's a Islamic tradition versus Western tradition. We are the intersection. So they chose to go with Muslims who are now decimating them. But now to turn around and still have a governor who is oblivious, like Prince Chilaka said, to the massacre there, and is abusing and insulting Peter Obi, right? Then we then have to, because I forgive them before, but if they're doing it now, then we're going to have to deal with them. We have to deal with them. It'll be reciprocal stuff. If the same thing goes for people in the River State, people in Delta, people in Edo State, all these people are our problem. That's my point. I've been making that point. I don't know how to make it more saliently, because when an Igbo man is talking, they want me to be like Peter Obi, and I'm not going to be like Peter Obi. I'm not Peter Obi, right? I'm Pansad. And I'm warning everybody in that country, we're going to have to do the right thing there. We have to do the right thing. It's not about talking, and there's never an action.
And what is that right thing?
When you hear
in plain terms, Spencer, what is that right thing? What is that right thing?
Is that when somebody or an actor, any reasonable actor, somebody's a rational actor, does something, there has to be consequences. Right?
What are those consequences?
That's what I'm saying. It comes in this form. You listen to Chilak, and after Prince now, after I talk, listen to him again. He's going to keep condemning stuff, but there's one thing that he will never mention here, which is, what are the consequences? What should we do about this?
Okay, so in your opinion, what should we do? In your opinion, what should we do? In your opinion, what should we do?
In my opinion, there is no we. There's no we. But here's what my people
should be done.
What should be done? Okay, my people, right? My people should, if Fubara doesn't fight to get back that stuff for the people, we should take it over. We should take over.
Who are these people who should take over River State? The Igbo people should take over River State.
Biafrans, okay, which you have some in River State. Yeah, you have some. You have some.
No,
listen, Precious, this is not a joke. This one no be joke. Listen to me. This one no be joke. Even Biafrans are majority. No, because we start there.
And they take over the other people there for River State.
Prince, allow me to just say something. Make I tell you, because this is not a joke. Every time when I mention Biafra, it's like, okay, because they successfully, painted us black like that. Biafra is real McCoy. It's a lot of Biafrans in the River State. Majority. As a matter of fact, people like Fubara, Wike, Amechi, or every one of those your governors are Igbos. And
all right, so I have a Rivers person joining us here. Erasmus, are you there?
Bring them on.
I beg it. Erasmus, Erasmus, you feel like I don't boot you.
Once I say anything that is
one second, I'd like him to respond to you. Erasmus, are you there? Erasmus.
Yes, Madam President, Madam President, please confirm you can hear me.
You don't hear what I can hear you crystal clear. You hear what in Pensat they talk. Say the best will say if una no want make Fubara come back, can't take him job. If Fubara no fit fight for him position, say better pass, make Igbo can't take over River State. Make a
Biafra.
Biafra. Okay, make Biafra can't take over River State. Oh yeah, I beg Tamuno me. Give a response, I beg. No vex.
Okay. Anyway, talks is free. Everybody can have something to say, and we have all we all have different opinions to say something and to say it the way we want it. Now, whether Fubara is fighting for himself or people are fighting for him, we all know that these things are political and probably is because of selfish interest. Now, I will just drive it into this way. Like yesterday, there are some ladies or women that came out because of 2,000 or probably 5K. Yes, because of 5K.
They pay them.
They pay them 5,000. Now, probably because of their
How you take
stomach.
note? How you take note? Say
Yes,
they pay them. You did River States now. You follow them. You get a
I
sister.
did
We follow
River State.
them.
I got all information, and there are some pictures I will send to you. A civil servant that beat his wife, injured his wife because of collecting of 2,000 naira
For
for
that
this
rally.
same rally. Yeah, that happens yesterday.
Now you don't give me updates since. If you don't give me updates since now, and I did here since.
So if Igbos said they want to come and River State should join them, he can as well say it the way he wants to suit him. But there's no way in short his jaw will now join Biafra. Everybody can, if they want the separation in this nation, it will let their own way and manage themselves.
Okay, I feel like I don't get
now problem.
Now, Mario had a disturbing microphone now. You know, the way they talk about our people.
Pensat, no go keep my Pensat. Come and be going from my studio. Listen, Amadio
I mean, no say if you put 4 people like this now, make it as they bring people in, it's better as
on
they
a
do
few
this
reach
show.
6 7. On a few reach 6 7.
We want to make this 100,000 people watching this show.
You go come pay for the subscription for me. Well done. You go come pay for the subscription for me, yeah? Well done.
We'll try.
All right, thank you. They say I don't hold your mic.
Thank you very much, Prince. Keep
all right, my
doing
brother.
a good job. Erasmus, my brother, I will see you. Precious. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Princess. Thank you so much. So, Prince Francis Chilaka, you like to, let me go see messages before people wait.
No, before you see the message,
I'll be YouTube for me.
Before you see the message, there's a connect. It is connect between people living in Nigeria and people living abroad, and especially those living abroad that have come to accept the ideology of Biafra as championed by Nnamdi Kanu. You know, you can sit abroad where everything is, you get everything as you want it. You have light, you have good roads. So the problems that drives Nigerians to church is not there to drive them to church. And that's the truth. The thing that makes people go and pray, Orioke, and they get kidnapped, they don't have it. They don't have that problem in abroad where they are. So it's easy to sit down there and say, "Oh, go and take over this, go and do this," but they don't know that even when they come from abroad to Nigeria, issues change. So they need to have that at the back of their mind.
All right. Hello. Good evening. Sir.
Good evening, Precious.
Welcome. Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Mr. Chinaka.
Good evening.
He can hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir? And where are you calling from?
My name is Okay, calling from London.
You're welcome. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. What I want to say is this. I just want to respond to what the gentleman said there.
Okay.
He said he's having double mind of being part of Nigeria. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
And he said this. I said, how can somebody, knowing that Nigeria can never work, saying, I'm considering now to stop being proud of being a Nigeria or the zero? Listen, that's the place I grew up. I left Nigeria about 20 years ago. You see, what is going on? What is going on in that place now is this? It's just unbelievable. Let me give you an example. When in the year 2000 or 1997, it is difficult to see a dead body on the street. It's a taboo. It's like a taboo to see dead body. I'm talking about 90s. I'm looking now. If you see dead body now in the accident, in fact, you will not sleep for the whole 6 months or 3 months.
But now it don't be like normal thing.
Today in Nigeria, it's like killing somebody. When you hear somebody is dead, or they kill somebody, it's like nothing. Even though leading you as a senators, local government, it is nothing to them. But let me just be honest to you. The reason why all this is going on is because there's no accountability. No accountability. Did you know I live in UK here? A single life matters. In fact, a senator an MP can lose his job because of one thing, just little thing. But Nigeria, nothing, nobody give a damn. How Nigeria is structured, it's not gonna work. You need to work. Precious.
Sir?
If you live here now, Prime Minister, I don't even, if you're living in the UK, you don't even know who is Prime Minister. You don't even care about Prime Minister. You don't care what they do. You care about who is your local government person. And if like now, I live in Southeast London. If I have a problem now, if I have something to pay for, or if I'm demanding for something, they will tell you, refer you to where you live. That local government where you, that's what they will refer you. They're not going to refer you to go to Abuja or go to Imo State and go and see somebody in Imo State. They're talking about your local authority.
All right. Thank you.
In Nigeria, whereby repeat road, one road, 20,000 people will come and celebrate the road.
Thank you.
You're not ready now. The main thing, the number one primary thing of a government is life.
Protection of life and property. People. Yes.
And property. Life and welfare. Welfare is what? Making sure that people are well fed. But Nigeria has forgot about what is the primary function of government. Nigeria doesn't even know what it is. Primary function. Even the educated ones, when you listen to them like this in Nigeria, you feel ashamed. Who sent them to school? How would somebody pay for somebody to go to school? Some people don't even know that all this road they are building is not the main thing. The main thing they have to do is to build the people first before building that road.
Thank you.
If you build the people can pay tax now, and then you use the tax to rebuild the road. But in Nigeria, not even 200 million people are not working. Nobody's working. So how would that country work? How would it work? It will not work. Well, only one person, Tinubu, we say this is what is going to happen in the country. And that will happen. So, I thank you for the job you are doing. You are doing a wonderful job for giving us the platform. But I want to ask you for something before I go. I would like to help us to campaign on the awareness of making sure the people in the diaspora will vote.
Okay.
You see, if we look at Romania went for election.
No, Romania far. Kenya for backyard been doing for their last election. We bring Ruto.
No, I want to give you an example of something. I want to drive you to somewhere.
Okay, all right.
Romania had an election. The people, because that's a poor country as well, like Nigeria.
Go ahead.
The president.
I can't hear you.
One they voted for, the people in diaspora voted for, won the election. Now
Can't hear you.
No, they have to postpone the whole thing to 1 year again. So the people in diaspora means a lot because you cannot give me 20,000.
But you know, the problem where they did. See, this bill, as I speak to you, there's already a bill about diaspora voting where they won't amend the Electoral Act, 2023 Electoral Act. But the question be say, these people knowing say it go work against them, would they let the bill survive? You know how the years are having it. In fact, how the years have it in the house, but the nays eventually have it. You know that. So you know now. So we know all this politics. That's the problem. Eh? All right, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. Okay, so no, getting diaspora voting no big problem, and the fact that the lawmakers already know and it's already before them. But would they pass the bill? That's the question. Let's have Mike just. Hello, Mike. Mike,
hello,
how are you
good
doing?
evening, Precious.
Good evening,
I'm
welcome,
fine.
Mike. Go ahead.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening,
Yes,
Prince
welcome.
Chilaka. How are you? Yeah,
good evening, Mike.
Yeah, today I don't really have more to say. We've been crying here since because of this massacre.
I'm
We'll
telling
see where
you.
They do that massacre. She just they
That the barrier.
yeah,
So they say barrier. So those of us in Nigeria, barrier no can be like anything for our body again. It can't be like saying a normal thing. They like saying a wedding ceremony, God forbid. So you can see Nigerians are normal. Everyone is moving on. Like not be lives where their life now they don't put down. Go ahead, Mike.
What is it not? What is or is it because they don't? I don't really understand what is going on. People and the security men come out to tell you that you safe, which means
Mike, your network is really bad. Your network is bad. I want to believe it's from your end because I'm not sure it's here. Your network is bad, so you can correct your network and try to rejoin us again. I'm sure it's from your end. All right, Prince Francis Chilaka. You still get more to read to talk about this before we hang boots because I'll come back on air again 7:30. So you get more to talk about this.
No, all I want to say is that leadership is not about issuing press releases. Leadership is not about traveling to all over the world, going to other countries to go and sit down to work. Leadership is about the people. It's about how you show love, empathy to the people. Leadership is about how the life of the people value more to you. From the look of things, it's obvious that Nigerian lives have no value. Because if we can have 51 people killed, massacred, and your president is still in France drinking coffee and drinking, eating French bread,
he's reflecting on his midterm scorecard. Now, where you don't talk and make a pick this call. They think, and it takes you a long time to think about what you've done in 2 years. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Hello, Precious.
Oh, Garanyo Biadiocha. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You see, you have been saying about people in diaspora. People in diaspora. Don't you know that they are the contribution of what is going on in Nigeria, voting or not voting? So you don't know that people in diaspora are more corrupt than even the people in Nigeria. Let me give you an example from my own state. Obiano, who was the former governor of Anambra State, do you know how long he lives in Texas before he relocated to come and become the governor of Anambra State? What did he do in the Anambra State? Does he even connect common GPS for every land in Anambra State? They have a number, have a location to drive around. So what is the meaning of talking about this diaspora? Do you know that this NI number? For me, I know the job I do. I travel around the world. When people are talking, I'm like, what nonsense are they talking about? I see them time to time. Do you know that this NI number? Do you know how much they collect to do it in Western world here? Do you know that they are doing it here in Western world?
They print NIN here. They give on our NIN
Yes. Yes, they are doing it. If you want to renew your passport, they will ask you to go and bring NIN numbers. I know just 3 days ago, somebody called me from Paris that he went to renew the children passport. After paying the passport, do you know that he paid 30 euros? Those 30 euros are bribe. It's no receipt for it. And the whole embassy, they are doing it. Who are the one representing them? Every embassy have immigration consultants Those consultants, what are they doing? Are they not corrupt? The law was put immediately. These people went into power.
So your bottom line be say, your bottom line is say even if diaspora people vote, them say their corruption fee pass.
There will be corruption. Then we rank more the vote. Then we get more stealing in Western world vote than even the people down there.
Hell.
Here in Western world, all the whole people living in diaspora, they're talking diaspora. Do you know that all over the whole Western world, that Nigeria have representative, the way they have embassies, they have Nigerian Union, they have president, they have clubs here, they call the union. What are the unions are doing? Have you seen enough of them come out and said that the policy they are putting in immigration, they will not accept it? Have you seen enough of them coming out? They're here coming talking about blah, 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 blah. How many of them have speak against it? Does it mean that they cannot protest in this outside? Is it only in Nigeria that we protest? Millions of Nigerians are living in here in diaspora. They are here talking blah, 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 blah. I am seeing them and I confront them. They have president of Nigeria, they have the different group. Let me land before you cut me off. Because you have to give me some more time to talk.
No, but you have given you time now. I've given you time. And I'm coming back on air again this evening. Abi, you want me to faint?
Okay.
Eh?
No, 1 minute. Now, about having this, let me give you an example. Let me tell you how much they are collecting in NIN number. They are collecting NIN number here, 80 euros in the whole Western world. You know how much is 80 euro?
That is in Denmark. Number? In Denmark.
It's not only in Denmark. I am connected to all over Europe. It's not only in Denmark, even in France, even in Spain, even in UK. They are collecting 80 euros to have NIN numbers. And they will not give you a card. They will only give you a number. Who are the ones doing it? It's the Nigerians, representative of Nigerian Union. They have president. They have all it takes as the Nigerian government is. So that you stop talking about this diaspora. These people really need to wake up and do the needful. To liberate Nigeria is not about all this 2027 they are talking about. The election cannot liberate in Nigeria. President Chinaka need to go and make inquiry and know the people who give results, who make election work. Is the security department. Anything you are doing in election, if the security department that this person will win, after your election, you are just wasting time.
But some people they talk where they pay 50 euros to get NIN. Say no be true. People they answer you now say no be true. Somebody don't talk say no be true. One Michael Chidobe.
They say no be true. Say then they do what?
Say they pay 50 euros to get NIN.
If you go to embassy direct, now 60 euro. If they have hall out of that place where they don't have embassy, now 80 euro. I have the proof. If you like, I will send it. The ones who have done, I will send you the receipt, the paper they are giving them. That person who is writing that, which country is living, then I will get in touch to the person living where he's living. Ask the person who is sending you a message now, which country is he residing? Is it in Spain or is it in Germany or where? Ask him where he's living.
All right.
Then I will get in touch.
Okay, thank you.
Let us tell ourselves the truth.
All right, thank you so much.
God bless you all.
God bless you too. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir Precious.
Sir.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. How about you,
and,
sir?
And Uncle Chilaka. Yeah, I'm alright. Yes, Danny again from London.
Okay. You're welcome.
You know, sometimes when you try so much to control yourself, not to call people or not to call them by name, they just tend to provoke you. It sometimes I think, I'm sorry, Pressure. You might need to do some mental vetting before inviting people on.
Can you go straight to what the conversation is, sir?
Okay, yeah. Basically, when the man that called you, from his accent, I think he sounds Igbo. So why would he? Because I'm just coming in now. To be honest, I saw your invitation. I'm just coming in now. So I wouldn't know what. Yeah, he said. He did his N9 for 80 euro, and the diaspora, Nigerians in diaspora
are corrupt.
Can be found, corrupt. Well, I think maybe there's another Europe. Maybe there's another Europe where he lives.
He lives in Denmark.
Works.
He lives in Denmark.
He lives in Denmark.
Some people are corroborating it. Someone here says in Switzerland that to do NIN is $130. Somebody else said in South Africa it is 100,000. So that means there are people who are actually paying, because people, you can look through the comment section. People are corroborating his claim.
Okay, Sister Precious.
Okay,
let's see. This is the thing here. People don't really consider some things. You know, people that are into NI business. I've got friends that are into NI business. They will have to do costing. They will have to do. They pay service charge. The space where they use.
Okay, so you mean that those particular people are outsourced? They are not from NIMC directly.
No, they are not.
But this is so. Do you blame people who say they are paying for it? Because it is the responsibility of the Nigerian government or NOA to properly educate people and let them know. And then what stops them coming, sir? What stops the Nigerian government through NIMC from opening different centers across different embassies in the world? Considering that you have Nigerians in those areas who would want to renew their passport, and that the renewing of their passport is, hinged on their NIN or whatever it is. So why can't they have centers around to serve the need for their citizens?
We blame that on.
You don't blame it, Nigeria, because that means the only response or reaction to that is because the Nigerian government through NIMC is charging those contractors, and that's why they're in turn charging you. So it's not like they don't know.
Oh, well,
that's the only way.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't know if they charge, but I'm just. But
there is no other way. There is no other way to read, because if you're not paying for a service, trust Nigerian government to come out and start complaining and say, no, you don't pay for this, you don't pay for that. So
this is my 29th years here in London. Yeah, so I know they pay service charge where they live. Where the space where they use. I did my own my own NIN somewhere in Suriname. And it was £30.
So, but you paid. Why did you pay? That's exactly what the young man is saying. You pay for it.
Are you saying whatever it's called? Is it free? Are you saying it's free?
It is totally and absolutely free. Let me even break your hearts. I am in Nigeria, and I also paid in Nigeria. I had to do for my mom, and I had to pay for her, because I wanted some sort of quick service, because she was aged, or she's aged. Do you understand? And that payment is illegal. And I'm in Nigeria, but I didn't have a choice. So I understand totally what people are saying.
Okay, I think I get the point.
Oh,
to be honest,
okay.
Honestly, to be honest here, I didn't know NIN is free.
It is absolutely free.
I did mine, and that of my kids free. Yeah, it's free.
See?
Well,
you see?
Listen.
But in order to get it free, you must be ready to queue at the local government office.
To start purging that country.
All right. So now you understand why the man from Denmark reacted the way he reacted. I appreciate you a lot, and I like that we're having this conversation. I wish I could have gotten the director of communications for NIM to speak to us about this. It's just that most of these government people, if you call them to come and talk, they don't go agree answer us.
All this money, where does it go to?
If you ask me,
I go ask.
Okay, sorry.
Well,
thank you so much.
Honestly, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, here, right? Okay, when I did the renewal of my British passport, it came through the post within 5 working days.
Okay, try about Nigeria. That passport don't lost. So till law.
We have gotten what do they call it, my app now, so I think things are getting better. It's improving. I appreciate you. I'd love to take a break now, because I'm coming back by 7:30. I have 2 guests joining me this evening. Thank you so much. I have 2 guests joining me this evening. This is your first time of joining us, by the way. Kindly ensure that you click on the subscription button. I don't beg on now to subscribe now free. We need to pay for them. Make on subscribe now. Now free for subscription. Now free to like this post. If everybody when they watch this post now like them, it would be very good. So now free to like them, or you like the post and subscribe. When we come back in the evening, we'll look into details, the security issues, especially whether it gets underground plan way inside. Because of this statement, way that's military general made that we played earlier, because we didn't have time to exhaust it. And we'll have like 2 guests joining us in the studio. One is a professor, and he'll be looking at this conversation. And then the other is a regular guest, but I'm not going to tell you his name yet. And I love you guys. Princess Shilaka, you were saying something. Do you want to say something before I let...
No.
Okay. All right.
I'm done.
So for those that I did not respond to your messages or radio messages, I'm so sorry. But I love you guys. When I know say I love Unaskata now, I love you guys so deeply. I see you again in the next 1 hour, hopefully, or 1 hour, 15 minutes, hopefully, where we'll continue to speak for the growth and development of our country, and maybe look more into this NIM issue. Let me see and try to put a call across to the NIMC authority, and see if I can get a response about why they're collecting money in some areas. And I'll bring you that response by 7 p.m. I love you. I'll see you later in the evening. Enjoy yourself and have a very good evening. Like a big thank you to you. Thank you so much for with me. I appreciate you big time, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Goodbye.